So today for our stretch, we are going to start by standing, and then we're going to cool it down and end up laying on the mat completely. It's going to be a little bit more athletic focus, so not so much yoga stretching, but focusing on each muscle separately and getting the full body in today. So let's go ahead and start with our feet right underneath our hips, slight bend in the knees. Let's reach it all the way up towards the sky. Grab onto one wrist and bend it over. Try to keep your back up tall so that you aren't rounding forward. You're stretching your whole entire side and your back here. And bring it all the way down and up. Grab the other wrist, stretch it out, and then over to the side. And all the way up, let it go. Let's do that one more time on each side. And let it go. Deep breath. And bring it all the way down. Shake it out real quick. Let's work on our head now. So let's tilt our head side to side, keeping our shoulders down away from our ears. Breathing, just going slow. And let's get our shoulders into a little bit. And let's bring it back up. Let's look side to side. Really slow here. And only as far as your head is going to turn. You don't want to bring your whole body with you just yet. And let's look up and down. Again, try to relax those shoulders down. Focus on the breathing. Try not to hold your breath during any of these movements today. And bring it back to center. Let's reach it all the way up. Stretch all the way up towards the ceiling as far as you can. Bend the knees and let's go all the way down, keeping the knees bent. And bend the knees, go all the way back up, stretch it up. And one more time, all the way down. And all the way up. Let's bring our feet a little bit wider. We're going to warm up our torso, so we're just going to twist side to side, keeping our arms up in the air. Keep breathing. Knees are slightly bent. Try to absorb the twisting. And let it go. Let's work on our shoulders a little bit, so let's roll them back. And forward. And back a couple more times just to correct our posture. Bringing our shoulders down, squeezing our back muscles, and let it go. Let's go across the chest here. A little more athletic stretch again. Not so much yoga. We will flow just a little bit, but more athletic stretching. And switch sides. Try to keep that shoulder down away from your ear. Try not to tuck it up. I'm going to turn around to show you this next move. You're going to put your hand behind your back and your palm is facing outward, trying to get your hand as far back as you can. And let that go. Shake it out, and other side. This one's way farther. It's going to happen. You're going to find that your body's uneven a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just the way your body was built, and this will help you work on it. Let's release that and do a triceps. So you're going all the way up, and try to keep your neck forward, so try not to look down, and you're just trying to reach your hand back. And let it go, switch sides. And bring it down. Let's reach side to side now, so we're gonna warm up our core a little bit more. Just reaching side to side, keeping the knees slightly bent. You can put your hands on your hips. If you got any back issues at all, then just protect the back and rely on that hand, but stretch your sides out. You can follow me here, or you can go slower. That's totally up to you. I don't recommend going any faster than this though. And let's go across the chest now. So you're reaching to the side, engaging your core. This might feel like a workout right now, but I swear we'll slow down. And let it go. Let's step wide here. We're going to do a little bit of a sumo stretch. So your toes are going to be out now, and you're going to bend into a squat position, keeping your fingers in front of your knees for the first part of this. And let's rock side to side just to warm up your ankles. You're going to feel a stretch in your inner thighs here. Try not to go past 30% of your stretching today. It's kind of not good to go past that, just because you could pull something. Even though you're just stretching and you're not working out really, you could pull something. So just take it easy. You don't have to feel like you're in pain in order to feel like you're getting a stretch. Just keep that in mind. If you can, let's try to go lower, so you're bringing your elbows down. My legs are really sore today, so this one feels good. And let's bring it all the way up. Let's do a couple side bends in the squat position, or the sumo position, just to get a little bit of a different stretch. We'll only do a couple more. And let's bring our toes forward now. Bring your feet a little bit wider than you were used to for the last stretch. Hands on the hips, slight bend in the knees, flat back. You're going to bring your hips all the way back and then come all the way down, hands down, let the neck relax. You can sway side to side if you want. Still kind of in the warm-up phase here, so take it easy. And let's go ahead and face one knee now. You're going to have your same hand on the back of your leg. Other hand can go just right on top, and you're going to try to pull yourself in towards your leg. Deep breaths. Try not to hold your breath. And let's walk our hands through center to the other side. Hand behind the leg. And let's bring it back to center. Hold center for just a couple more seconds. And let's go ahead and face one leg now. You're going to turn your feet to the side, pointing forward now in a lunge. And let's bring our back knee down, and the top of your foot can go on the mat. Hands behind your leg for the first set of these, just so your body can get used to it. Try to keep your knee right above your ankle, your toes forward, and try to push your hips forward and down towards the mat. Just breathe it out here. Feel the stretch. And let's lean back onto the back leg. Keep the front leg just slightly bent, and we're going to keep trying to rock it forward. Now you're going to stretch out the whole back of your leg, your calves and your hamstrings. I'm not very flexible with my hamstrings, as you can tell, but I will never stop trying to work at it. This one's a really important one for lower back health, hip health. Let's rock it forward. Bring that back knee up and push off to go back into pike, and we'll switch sides. Other knee is down. The top of your foot can be down, hands by your foot. Focus on your breathing, just deep breathe. And rock it back. Straighten out that front leg, keeping it slightly bent, and try to lean forward over that leg. And rock it forward. Back leg up, push off, and we're switching sides one more time. We're going to do it a little bit differently this time. So settle into this lunge. You're going to bring both hands to the inside of your foot, heel toe your foot out to the side, and you're just going to slowly press down to the mat. You're going to feel it a little bit more in your hips or wherever else you are tight. Still in that front hamstring. Heel toe that foot back, hands beside the foot. And if you can, and if you feel comfortable, you can come up and put your hands on the top of your knee. This requires a little bit of balance. Just try to keep pressing those hips forward and down towards the mat. Trust me, I was never good at this one. So the fact that I can even stand up right now in this position, it feels really good. And it's only because I worked on it and I stretched at least once a week. So just keep that in mind. Wherever you're at today is totally fine. And let's push back, straighten out that front leg. Reach your hands all the way straight this time. Trying to reach as far as you can. Try to pass your feet. If you can't, that's fine. And let's bring it forward, up to the pike, feet together, and switch sides. Let's stand here for just a couple seconds, just so your body can adjust to it. Hands to the inside, heel toe your foot out, and press those hips down. I know this one feels strange, but you'll get a different stretch than you're used to. And heel toe that foot back. If you want and if you feel comfortable, both sides can be different, so just, careful. Listen to your body. If it starts to hurt, go back down. You don't want any pain during this. Just a good feeling of stretching and elongating your muscles. And press it back. Let's try to reach those hands past your foot. It's going to be a hard one, that's okay. And foot forward. Bring that back leg up. And let's hang out in the pike for just a couple seconds. We're gonna keep a slight bend in your knees, rounding forward. Try to hold on to your elbows. You can swing back and forth. Let your neck go. Hands down onto the mat. Try to flatten out your back. Again, my hamstrings aren't very flexible, so this is hard for me. And round it forward. Step one foot back, other foot back. Bring those knees down to the mat and lower yourself all the way down. I'm going to scoot down so my face isn't in the grass. And let's bring our head to our hand. You can look to one side. Let your body adjust to being flat on the floor. Take a couple deep breaths. This is often my client's favorite part of the stretch. Let's release one hand. We're going to grab the top of our foot and bring that heel towards your glute. If you can't touch your heel, that's totally fine. It's where you're at today. Just try to actively stretch that quad out so you're stretching the front of your leg right now. And let it go slowly. And let's switch sides. And let that foot go. Let's put our hands beside our chest and slowly press up, only as far as your hips stay on the floor. Get those shoulders down away from your ears and drop it all the way down slowly. And let's just keep going through that motion a couple times, trying to get farther every time. Make sure you're doing your deep breathing. One more time. And let's go back onto our heels. Sitting into a child's pose. This is a yoga part. Stretch your arms all the way out in front of you. Let's go up onto our hands and knees. We're going to rock it side to side here a little bit. Stretching out your sides, stretching out your hips. And let's go up and down now. So in yoga, this is called cat-cow. So you're going to arch your back, looking up, and then round one vertebrae at a time, tucking your chin to your chest. And again. And now let's go back to neutral. Let's bring our knees wide. So if you're on a mat, you can go as wide as your mat. Put the tops of your toes together, and then you're going to lean back into that child's pose again. So you're just opening your hips a little bit more in this position. And let's bring it up. We're just going to slowly roll over onto our backs, laying all the way down onto the floor. Let's give ourselves a full body stretch. And bring your hands down to the mat. Let's bring our feet flat. And we're just going to rock slowly side to side with our knees, only to about 45 degrees towards the top corner of your ceiling if you're in a room, or 45 degrees if you're outside on a lovely day like this. And let's slowly let our legs go to one side, keeping our opposite shoulder on the floor. This is a really light spinal twist we're doing here, so this is good for your back and your hips. Deep breaths. And slowly, slowly, slowly rock it over to the other side. And let's bring our legs back up. Give our legs a tight squeeze. And slowly let one leg go all the way down to the mat, pulling in your knee a little bit farther. And let it drop out to the side. You're going to feel it a little bit differently. You might even stretch the top of your bottom leg. And bring it back to center, over to the opposite shoulder, and keeping both hips on the floor. So you're not twisting open. You're going to keep both hips down and just slowly try to press that knee over your body. It's not going to go very far, that's fine. And bring it back up, and bring the opposite knee up and the other leg down slowly towards the mat, giving your leg a nice squeeze. And out to the side. And bring it back in and over the body, keeping the opposite hip down, or both hips down. Bring that knee back in, other knee in. Rock it side to side a little bit. And let your feet down to normal. Give your upper body a full body stretch. And bring your arms back. And let's do a shoulder stretch. So you're just going to let gravity do the work here. Just like the standing shoulder stretch we did. And bring the arms up and over to the other side. And all the way up, let those arms go. We're going to do one more stretch here. So we're going to do a piriformis stretch. So you're working on your hips and your glutes here. One ankle crosses over the other knee. Weave your hands through to grab the back of the thigh and pull your legs in towards your chest. So try to keep your upper body relaxed, your neck is relaxed. Just pulling those legs in towards your chest. Deep breaths. Close your eyes if you want. And slowly let that leg go down. And we're going to switch sides, other ankle over the other knee. Weave those hands through to grab the back of the thigh and pull your legs in. This side is much more tight for me, so I'm not worried about it. I'm just going to work on it. Close your eyes, deep breaths. And bring both feet down. Full body stretch all the way up, all the way out as far as you can. And let your arms go down to the mat. Palms up towards the sky. Body is relaxed. Feet are however they want to lay. Everything is relaxed, and we're just going to take a few deep breaths here. I want your palms open towards the ceiling or the sky for a sense of openness. So this often allows you to feel more confident and feel more open with yourself and where you're at today. So keep those palms up. Relax the whole entire body. That is it for your stretch routine. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you feel more flexible. Feel free to pull this up whenever you want to get a good stretch in. You could do this every day if you wanted after your workouts. I know that sounds a little intense, but whenever you feel like you need a good stretch in, just refer back to this video. And yeah, I hope you liked it. Thanks for joining me.